Hey everybody, this is the Fantasy Sports Boss. Wanted to give you some predictions for the 2024 fantasy football season. So I've used one of the draft guys has a whole bunch of panel questions that they asked who they think is going to lead in receiving touchdowns, receiving yardage, who's going to rush for the most yards, all that stuff. And I wanted to do that myself today so I can give you an idea of what I think is going to transpire for 2024. So listen, our subscribers are going up again as the seasons approach, as it does every year. So make sure you're a subscriber if you haven't done so already. And let's get right to my prediction for 2024. So favorite sleeper is the first question. So my favorite sleeper for this season, you know what? I'm coming back to Keon Coleman for the Buffalo Bills. I think the Buffalo Bills are in dire need of an ace wide receiver. I think that Curtis Samuel is certainly a nice addition. Dalton Kincaid could be the breakout as well. But I think Keon Coleman is probably my favorite sleeper just because of the opportunity at hand playing with Josh Allen. He's somebody I'm going to be in on for sure. So I would probably go him more than anybody else. I also like Kamani Vidal, the running back for the Chargers, just because I think, he's got the ability to catch the ball and also run with it, as he was very impressive on that side of things in college. And I don't think Gus Edwards is a major impediment. All right, first round pick who will bust. All right, so I will say Jonathan Taylor. All right, he's been injured each of the last 2 years. He's got a run-first quarterback, and we know those quarterbacks don't throw to their running backs. I think Anthony Richardson is going to steal, 3, 4, 5 touchdowns around the goal line, and he's going to run in himself at the expense of Jonathan Taylor. All of those factors combined make me very, very leery of Jonathan Taylor this season. Player you most want among all those who stunk in 2023. You know what? I like Josh Jacobs in this Green Bay offense. He did stink last year. I think it was a product of that team. The Raiders weren't going anywhere. It was a very rough situation quarterback-wise. I do like Josh Jacobs in Green Bay. They're paying him a lot of money. Forget about A.J. Dillon. It's going to be the Josh Jacobs show, both running it and catching it. I love the offense. I'm in on Josh Jacobs. Player who will bounce back big from injury or disappointment. Joe Burrow. I don't think there's any question. I think Joe Burrow could be the quarterback 1. He's right now being drafted as quarterback 7. I am all over Joe Burrow. To get him at QB 7 when he could easily finish top 3 and maybe even get the top spot overall, Joe Burrow for sure. Player who won't bounce back. Nick Chubb. He had a lot of mileage. Devastating knee injury. Second devastating knee injury of his career. He had one in college. This one was even worse. They have some players, Jerome Ford, that are capable. He's a one-dimensional player as it is. I don't even think he's going to be ready to start the season. Nick Chubb, I'm very leery of. Whoever picks him will look like a genius or a fool. It's a coin flip. I say Devin Achane. A lot could go wrong, a lot could go right. I mean, listen, he was electric the first half of the season before he got hurt. Then he came back, he just wasn't as good. You have Raheem Mostert there, who's had a tremendous season, 18 touchdowns on the ground last year. I think that certainly there's a lot of ability there, but it could go either way. They have the rookie there as well, Jalen Wright. So I'm not in on. I'm not personally in on him, but it could also turn out to be a league winning move. All right, I'll pick him around too early because I really want him. I like Dalton Kincaid. I'm coming back to the Buffalo Bills a lot. I think Dalton Kincaid is somebody I would go around early on. It would probably be him more than anybody else. All right, quarterbacks. Quarterback will be drafted too early. Lamar Jackson. Listen, I won a league with Lamar Jackson last year, but they threw the fewest passes in the NFL last season, I believe. It was either them or the San Francisco 49ers. He doesn't run touchdowns in unlike a Jalen Hurts or an Anthony Richardson around the goal line. They give it to the running back, and now they have Derrick Henry, so Henry's going to do his thing. Just the fact of the matter is that they're just not throwing the ball much at all. Now he's going to have those splash weeks, no doubt about it. And it came at the end of the season, helped me win a league championship. But I think Lamar Jackson's getting drafted too early. I'd rather have Joe Burrow. Quarterback could be drafted too late. Well, Burrow at 7. I also think Jordan Love is being drafted way too late. And listen, I do like Trevor Lawrence. I love Trevor Lawrence. I've been a sucker for Trevor Lawrence. Right now, I think he's quarterback 15. I think Trevor Lawrence could have a tremendous season. He's played hurt last year. The offensive line was abysmal. I'm in on Trevor Lawrence as my QB2. Quarterback who will be drafted, quarterback I'll let other teams take a risk on. Tua Tagovailoa. I mean, I want nothing to do with him. I'd say Justin Herbert, too. I don't want anything to do with Justin Herbert because of that offense. Best rookie this year at quarterback. I'd say fantasy points-wise, it's close, man. Jaden Daniels is going to run for so many more yardage than Caleb Williams. I'm not sure about his passing acumen. I'm still going to go Caleb Williams because the supporting cast is insane. And he could run it a little bit. High risk, high reward, QB2, Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson, if he could just get his head out of his ass, can he still be that guy that he was in Houston? I think he could, but I felt that way last year too, and it burned me. Which second-year QB will be the biggest disappointment? I'd have to say Will Levis. You know, Bryce Young, nobody's expecting anything out of. I'm not going to put Aiden O'Connell in there. I'd say Will Levis. All right, running backs. Best rookie this year. I think I'm going to go with Kamani Vidal. I think he's going to be really good. I have him as somebody I'm really going to zone in on this season for sure. Rookie you will not roster. I'm probably not going to roster Jalen Wright. There's just two good guys that are very good players ahead of him. It's going to take a lot for him to see the field consistently to make an impact. Best running back for the Browns. I'm going to say Jerome Ford because in PPR leagues, he's going to catch more passes than Dante Foreman or Nick Chubb. Best running back for the Chargers, Kamani Vidal. Best running back for the Dolphins, I'm going with Raheem Mostert. I think he's the best value. He's dropping down the draft charts, even though he ran for 18 freaking touchdowns last year. Everybody wants Devin Achane. I get the electricity of Devin Achane, but give me Raheem Mostert at a much cheaper price. Best running back for the Bears. I still think it's DeAndre Swift. They paid him that money for a reason. Best year from a veteran joining a new team, Derrick Henry. I think Derrick Henry is going to score 15 touchdowns. I like Josh Jacobs there. I'm not sure about the Saquon Barkley thing. I'm a little on the fence with that one in Philadelphia. I think Derrick Henry is going to have a monster season scoring touchdowns. Second best year from a veteran joining a new team, I would say Josh Jacobs. Running back who will be drafted too early, easy, Kyren Williams. You know, go take a look at that Kyren Williams video I did. Smallish back, probably going to get hurt again. They have Blake Corum, who Blake Corum could literally take that job and run with it if he gets an opportunity and Kyren Williams gets hurt. Williams is just not physically capable of being a bell cow back. We saw what happened last year. Running back will be drafted too late. Jacobs or Isaiah Pacheco. Which second-year running back will be the biggest disappointment? Second-year back, the biggest disappointment. I'd say Devin Achane. Cheapest running back who will score 8 or more TDs. Cheapest running back who will score 8 or more TDs, Zamir White. I think Zamir White or Gus Edwards. Favorite sleeper, late round or undrafted. I like Chase Brown. I think Chase Brown has very fantasy-friendly skills. I like Ray Davis in Buffalo as well, but I think Chase Brown is somebody who could be a major factor. Running back benched by midseason due to ineffectiveness. Devin Singletary. I've said this a million times already. Devin Singletary, I think it's just a matter of time before he gives up that job to the Purdue kid. People think he's a sleeper, but he's a dud. Rico Dowdle. I don't think Rico... I mean, he's got some ability, but I don't think they're going to be using him as much in Dallas. I mean, they're going to be giving Ezekiel Elliott the ball like crazy. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop here because this video is getting a little long. So I'm going to keep it to the quarterbacks, running backs for my predictions for 2024. I'm going to do a separate one for receivers and tight ends. So stay tuned, guys. Subscribe. I don't know what you're waiting for. Subscribe. Live streams coming soon, along with all the standard videos.